Now, the police has been commended for the capture of the prime suspect who we're learning proved quite elusive for days. There have been other instances where the police is proving quite efficient in resolving cases, leaving many to conclude that the police, with the right motivation, can prove equal to the task. So, is that really the case? Security analyst Adam Bonaa joins me via Skype. Thank you for making time, Mr. Bonaa. I'd want to put this question about the police proving quite capable once they have the right motivation. Before that, though, I want you to share with us some of the intriguing details of the arrest of Eric Dia and why this shows the police are quite capable.
Yeah, good evening and good evening to your viewers, Israel. Well, for the Ghana police, one thing some of us have known about them for a very long time is they are very capable, one of the best in the world, but it's usually very selective, just like many other institutions. And so for me, this is not an isolated case where you would say swiftly these corporates were apprehended, within a very short time they were apprehended. It's synonymous with what we know the police of Ghana to be. And so as far as I'm concerned, the police, some of the things I've said, sometimes will sound very controversial. They seem to know a lot of these criminal gangs. They know them either directly or...
Well, I seem to be having some hitches with the connection to Mr. Bonaa there, but if you can hear me, I'd want you to just go back to the first question I asked about the details you know about the capture of Eric Dia, who's the prime suspect in the killing of the two policemen at Buduburam.
What basically I'm trying to... Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
Okay, basically what I'm saying is that he committed a crime and eventually wanted to escape. It's coming out that he was aided by none other than someone who looks like a police officer, but that is still under investigation, hoping that the police would tell us the involvement of one of their own colleague. At the moment it's alleged one of their own colleague aided the suspect, harbored him for some time before he decided to, showed him how he could leave. And so at the moment, these are all issues that the police would have to investigate for now. Right. And so, yeah.
All right. But would you agree that with the right motivation, the police can prove equal to the task?
Yes, with the right motivation, they would prove so equal to the task, Israel. You can name from the time when Ninja and Tola were, murdered. They were buried under, a building foundation, and they exhumed them. They got their remains and arrested almost all the people who were involved. Most of them are in Sound prison at the moment. This is a case in point again where one can point to the fact that our police is one of the most professional policing institution in the world. Only if we support them and we depoliticize the institution. And so for me, nothing stops us from using some of these test cases to say, how do we get the police to replicate this when it comes to dealing with people who are not police officers? When crimes are committed against us and it is reported, can they also act swiftly? Yes, I'm sure they can do, only if we give them the right motivation. But you don't have to be surprised. Doctors will treat doctors quickly. If you touch a doctor, they will demonstrate. If you touch a teacher, they will demonstrate. And so as far as I'm concerned, Israel is in line with best international practice.
All right. But we also see them act quite swiftly when it happens to be high-profile cases or attention, or these cases come to national prominence.
Oh, yes. But, not entirely. We still have, the case of Ahmed Swal and, a couple of people who high-profile cases that one can say the police have not been able to get those who committed the crime or the murders. But when you can list all the police officers, starting with go back to Combien, those Combien attacked in the north, killed some of them. You can list them, Tola and his people, Tola and Ninja when they were killed. You can go back and you would realize that once you touch a police officer, they'll gang up against you. It's one thing we need to know. And so the advice to criminals is that if you touch police officers, you can be sure that they will pick you up. And so Yes, some high-profile cases, they would act swiftly, but it becomes very swift if it is one of them. As for that, it doesn't matter even if it's a police constable, a police cleaner. They would fish you out and get you arrested.
All right, Mr. Bonaa, before you go, I'd also want to bring this issue up to get your thoughts on it. It has to do with the directive by the Interior Minister that police officers, even those on traffic duties, be armed. What's your take on that?
Well, my take on that is that it wouldn't be, I would advise against it if I'm asked to provide some advice. I would advise against it because, first of all, how well trained are our motor traffic department officers?
Are they not first trained as police officers? So all police officers are police officers.
For instance, Israel, you and I know that the defunct detective training school has been rehabilitated by the current CID boss. The reason is that you don't need to be a general police officer to be able to perform the role as a detective. And so to be able to perform the role as someone who has to work within the MTTD, it used to be a unit, now it is a department. You need to go through a lot of training. But as we speak today, that is not the case. And so you are going to arm officers. I mean, I'm watching on your screen. Armed officers who are sweating under the sun. Who are they going to carry, what do you call them, AK-47s or sidearms and all that? I would urge that if they are going to be armed, they should be armed rather with non-lethal weapons like pepper sprays, like tasers, and what have you. And most of them, even in these traffic officers, simple tools such as handcuffs, they don't have them. So that you see, the normal motor traffic or transport police we know in the world, when they stop you and they suspect that you have some contraband in your car, they tell you to step out and they'll cuff you. And then they'll do a thorough search. But most of these officers don't have simple tools such as handcuffs. And you are going to give them pistols or AK-47s. And you know the way all of us behave in the city centers where the roads are few and we are struggling to go through. A police officer who is under stress, they are stretched. You talk and he will talk and you talk back. The next thing, he will slap you. And what is going to follow? If you slap him, he will pull his shotgun. Depending on his temperament, he'll put bullets into you. One or two deaths that way. And, we are going to be telling a different story. And so we need to be careful and rather call for more training, with regards to deploying road traffic officers within, various cities and on our highways, Israel.
All right. Thank you very much, Adam Bonaa, as a security analyst. Thanks as always for your insight.